Hello, Stars and Mill, and welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm here with the head football coach, Coach Phillips, and we're here to talk football a little bit. So this past week, y'all played Mount Zion, and I understand you won 47-28. So what do you, how do you feel that game went? You just talk me through it a little bit.
Well, it was a brand new start for 17 players, so it was a whole new ball game, new ball team. For our first start offensively, we played pretty well. We took care of the ball. We had way too many penalties. We had a lot of mistakes on the offensive line, but our backs did a good job blocking. Our backs did a good job running and ball security. Defensively, we played well. We really did, and they had a real big time receiver. Our quarterback was very good and made some plays, and we had people covered. I mean, we can't cover people any better. We were out athleted, a couple of times and gave up a couple big plays, but we played well on special teams and played well when towards the end of the game when we needed to.
And I just you say you were kind of like, they were more athletic, had athlete. Like how, like in the future, how do you think you could counter that? All of it.
All we can do is all we can do, and Coach Cooper does a great job coaching our secondary. We've got a really good secondary, one of the best we've ever had here at this school. It just comes down, every once in a while it comes down to they're 8 inches taller than we are.
Yeah.
And having 8-inch more reach, that we can't, sometimes you can't stop it, AJ Green catches the ball every Sunday in the NFL and people can't stop it.
And we also talked about how you guys picked up some penalties, especially on the line. What do you think you can do to prevent that?
Well, we just got to keep working and make a point of emphasis that you can't grab a hold of them. And certainly when the ball is passed to you, you can't have a penalty called on you. And we got to be a little bit more disciplined up front.
And also this year, especially last year, since you lost such a large class of seniors, with these new kids coming up and filling those big time roles and positions, how do you think they're going to fare, and how do you think their first game was?
Well, we actually have a very small senior class, so with the exception of Sean King and Michael Lance, and there's not many seniors that really see a lot of significant playing time. Michael Burnett, who Michael was hurt last week and didn't play, so the future's bright, but we just got to get out there and play and get some game experience, and we got to build confidence. And winning the first game helps to build confidence. Now we got to hope to get on another little roll and win a few more before the region gets here.
Yes, and so I understand now that Kalen Sims is now your main runner, and so how do you think he's been doing, with picking up with what, especially like Cole, Nick, and Mitch left off?
Well, he was the one guy we had coming back on offense that played a lot, and he's been sharing that job for the last 2 years with Nick Brown, so now he's the guy. But the good thing about our offense is, we just don't have one back. We've got Artie Hody, who's going to be a terrific B-back, and then Carson Kalen plays Z. Jalen Lazenby plays. We've taught Ben Bodney how to play that position now. Nate Kearns plays running back position as well. So we've got a lot of talent that we can roll in. And when we're trying to roll all of them, because with the exception of Kalen, everybody plays defense as well. So all you can do is get out there and get some game experience and make that a positive experience.
And you also have a new quarterback in Hunter Lawson. And so how do you think he's performed so far, and how do you think he compares to Joey?
Well, I think he exceeded our expectations for a first start. I mean, he handled the team well. We didn't mess a call up. We did drop a snap or two, which typically in the first game you always drop a few snaps. He ran the ball very well, especially in the fourth quarter. We went to our option game to try to get first downs, and he ended up breaking 2 long ones for touchdowns. He's got great speed, so he's a little faster than Joey is, and he's a little fearless, and that's going to make him a really good quarterback. Once we get all the assignments straightened out up front, and we're a little sharper up front, once we get the whole offensive attack going, where we can give it to the B and give it to the Z and the A, and the play action game is going. If there's anything he needs to work on, it's setting his feet and throwing the ball and not getting so jittery, but that will help if we got a clean pocket for him to do that. So.
And so I also go back to say, when you say we have a really small senior class this year, how do you think, since we have so many young players, how do you think that youthful energy helps?
Well, I think it's they've waited their turn, and everybody's waited their turn, and they know the history of the program and how much success that we've had, and now they want to continue to carry on the legacy and actually accomplish things that have never been done, like winning 3 region championships in a row. Never been done, and that's our challenge this year.
All right, and also you do have 2 players that made the game day. I forgot what it was called. The Sean King and Michael Lance as the 2 seniors that made that. What do you think how big has their impact been?
Well, Michael, in any level of football, NFL, major college football, high school, if you have a strong kicker, you have an advantage. Our kicker can kick it in the end zone every time. He can make 50-yard field goals. He can punt the ball 50 yards. He can flip the whole field with field position. So it's a gigantic weapon for us, and we just got to keep him healthy all year. Yes. And then with Sean can play so many positions. He plays wide receiver. I had a big catch in the game Friday night, and then he's an excellent safety. He plays on our special teams. So they both were very deserving of the honor.
And since also these seniors that have left were also like such big leaders on the team, who do you think now has stepped up and become leaders now?
Sean has done a good job. Michael Burnett has done a good job. The team elected Jack Wilson as the 3rd senior. And for the first time in 20 years, we've had a junior that was elected who was very deserving, Ben Bodney. And Ben's missed like 3 days since 2 summers ago of summer conditioning. He's always at practice, very upbeat, very influential. We talk about leadership being influential, and he's a very positive, influential player.
Yes. And so with your next game coming up, what do you expect, and how do you expect your team to perform, and what do you think you can do to win this one?
Well, we played Northgate, and we played Northgate for 20 years. And in fact, the first game we ever played at this school was against Northgate High School. They're 1 year older than we are, so it's always a battle. It's always a close game. There's a lot of similarities between the 2 programs. They're a little bigger than we are. They're 6A, we're 5A. They used to be in our region, so the game we used to always play them at the end of the season, and it had a lot of playoff implications to it. Now it's at the beginning. I think we've won 3 of the last 4 games against them, but they've all been right to the last second type game. So we're going to go out there and compete. We're a little banged up, so we're going to be asking some other players to step up, and some other guys are going to have to get out there and make some plays because of some injuries we're having already. And I'm sure it'll be another close game. We need everybody, all our students, to come and be loud like they were last week.
Yes. And on that note, we will close it, guys, and make sure to come out to the game on Friday night. So thanks, Coach Phillips, for joining me here for this Coach's Corner.